Most people believe that once African wild dogs surround their prey, the hunt is already over. After all, these remarkable predators are among the most successful hunters on Earth, often catching prey in nearly 8 out of every 10 chases. They don't rely on overwhelming strength like lions or lightning-fast ambushes like leopards. Instead, they depend on teamwork, relentless endurance, and near-perfect coordination. But today, something extraordinary happens. 3 tiny antelopes are about to challenge one of Africa's greatest hunting machines. Not with speed, not with strength, but with a cliff. The African morning is already warming the granite hills as a small family of klipspringers carefully moves across the rocky landscape. Unlike most antelopes that graze on open grasslands, klipspringers spend much of their lives among towering boulders and steep cliffs. Every step they take is measured with astonishing precision. Their secret lies beneath their feet. Unlike the broad hooves of many antelopes, a klipspringer's hooves are small, rounded, and uniquely adapted for balancing on tiny, rocky ledges. Rather than placing the entire hoof on the ground, they often stand on the hard tips of their hooves, almost as if walking on the tips of their toes. This remarkable adaptation allows them to grip narrow cracks and uneven granite surfaces where larger animals struggle to find secure footing. For years, these rocky fortresses have protected them from danger. But today, danger has arrived. Moving silently through the dry brush below is a pack of African wild dogs. Their mottled coats blend perfectly into the surrounding vegetation as they spread out with military precision. Every member of the pack understands its role. Some move toward the front, others circle behind. A few remain farther away, silently watching for any possible escape route. This is exactly what has made African wild dogs one of the continent's most efficient predators. They hunt together. They think together. They attack together. But its feet never shift. The wild dog stretches its neck as far as it possibly can. Its jaws open. One final step. One final reach. Almost. But the granite refuses to cooperate. The slope is simply too steep. The dog cannot shift its weight forward without risking a disastrous fall. For a brief second, both animals seem suspended between life and death. One wrong movement from either of them could send both tumbling onto the rocks below. The klipspringer understands something the predator cannot. This cliff is not merely a hiding place. It is home. Every crack, every tiny ledge, every uneven surface has shaped this antelope through thousands of generations of evolution. Its compact body, powerful hind legs, exceptional balance, and specialized hooves have turned impossible terrain into a sanctuary. The wild dog, despite all its intelligence and teamwork, has reached the limits of its design. Slowly, it withdraws. Carefully backing away from the edge, it climbs back towards safer ground. The opportunity is gone. The pack refuses to give up immediately. Some members continue circling below. Others remain above. Perhaps the antelopes will panic. Perhaps one will slip. Perhaps hunger and fear will eventually force a mistake. But the klipspringers never surrender their greatest weapon: patience. Minute after minute, they stand quietly upon the narrow granite shelves. The wild dogs begin to realize an important truth. The reward is no longer worth the risk. A broken leg, a fall, or an injured hunter could threaten the survival of the entire pack. Unlike solitary predators, every wild dog is valuable. One serious injury affects everyone. Reluctantly, the hunters abandon the chase. One after another, they disappear into the African bush, searching for prey better suited to their remarkable endurance and teamwork. Only after the last dog has vanished do the klipspringers finally relax. One cautiously steps onto another ledge. Then, another. Within moments, the tiny antelopes are once again moving effortlessly across the cliffs as though nothing had happened. Their incredible escape wasn't the result of speed. It wasn't luck. And it certainly wasn't superior strength. It was evolution. Nature had equipped each animal perfectly for its own role. The African wild dog remains one of the most successful hunters on the continent. because of its intelligence, cooperation, and relentless endurance. The klipspringer survives not by outrunning danger, but by mastering a world where almost no predator can follow. On the African savanna, survival is not always decided by the strongest hunter. Sometimes, victory belongs to the one who understands the landscape best. And on these ancient granite cliffs, the rocks themselves became the klipspringer's greatest ally, proving that in nature, the perfect adaptation can be more powerful than the perfect predator.